Good morning, everybody. Welcome to practice. Thank you very much for coming. As always, be sure to practice according to your conditions and your comfort level. There are more advanced variations, so to suit different levels of practitioners and modifications as well. So be mindful of your limitations and just make it an offering to make it more meaningful. So I guess we'll begin very, very shortly. Thank you for joining. Let's start by sitting tall and supremely still. Close the eyes, bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with a sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Everywhere, be happy and free from suffering. Enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. So let's do the mantra for purification. If you happen to know it, you can chant along. If not, just think about the intention of purifying the space, the ground, and all the psychic channels within. And you derive all those benefits. Om Apavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smalit Pandrikaksham Savaya Dihantrahaschi. Now let's practice. Come to standing. Let's start off with spiritual breathing to establish a deep connection with the divine. Bring the feet about 10 inches apart. Bring the arms up, the elbows higher than the shoulders, the palms slightly turned up. As you inhale from the fingertips down through the arms for a count of 8 into the spiritual heart. Holding the attention there and the breath for a count of 6. Exhale, just the breath leaves back out through the arms. Everything you pulled in stays in. Inhale the love of the universe down into the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding in the heart, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale up the fingertips, just the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale the best of the best of the universe down into the heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the attention and holding the breath at the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, keep everything that you pulled in the heart as you breathe out through the fingertips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, feel as though you're a magnet drawing all that you need into you. Holding it in the heart, suspend the breath. Exhale out through the fingertips. Keep everything that you pulled in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. We'll continue with some exercises to prepare the body for the practice. Now from here on in, feel like the witness watching the body moving. Hold the head in circles. Shoulders away from the ears. Loosen up the neck. And then switch the direction. Good. And now swing the right arm forward. Wind it up. Get some momentum. And then the other way. The arm drops down. Feel its heaviness. Other arm, left arm, swings forward. And then back. Feel like a generator is trying to produce energy. And release. Now from here, take the elbows up over the head, hold them, and then go from side to side. And make circles with the upper body. And then turn the other direction. And release. Now bring your arms up overhead in the inhale. Exhale, just toss the body down. The last one. Slow the body just hang down there. And roll your way up slowly and gracefully. Good. From here, just twist the body, allow the arms to just wrap themselves around the body. Roll the arms around the body to go from side to side. Start to slow it down. Come back to stillness. Next one, lion's breath. So coming into squat, just go down to the level that you can and hang out to your mouth, out of the mouth. Big eyes, fierce lion face. Let's go. Last one. And come back up. Now shake up the wrists as fast as you can. Move the fingers very, very rapidly. And then up and down. Good. Take your arms out to the side, swing your right leg up and back. And the other leg. So just swing the leg up. Feels like you're trying to kick your leg against your nose. Good, and down. Alright, so let's come to the top of the mat. Bring the feet together, hands to the heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Remember that better than practice, even better than meditation, is to renounce the fruits of our actions. Do the practice as though it were your divine duty to all beings everywhere. So imagine moving with yogis everywhere, in time, in sync, to deliver benefits to all. Stay in the collective energy and the collective mind. Reach your arms up over the head, fold down over the legs, chest and thighs, head down, legs go back into lunge. Lower the knee down, sink down through the seat. Come into high plank, knees down, bring the seat behind the heels. Now come forward, brush your nose to ground as you come forward, raise your head, arch the back. Come all the way back. Again, come forward into your Cobra. Pull the shoulders back, open up the throat. Keep the posture for the breath free and open. And one more time, come forward, come up smoothly. Roll over the toes, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands, sink down to the seat. If that was difficult, your foot doesn't make it all the way, use your hand to bring the foot forward. Place the left knee down as well, first. And then bring the feet together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing. Hands back to the heart. Reach the arms up high, stretch the whole front of the body. Come down. Keep watching the body moving by itself gracefully. Left foot back, knee down. Into plank, knees down, and bring the seat back behind the heels. Once again, creep forward. Come up, arch the back, all the way back. Slide forward, nose brushing the ground as you come forward, and then raise the head, bring back over the seat, all the way back. One last time, come forward, into the Cobra, shoulders down, neck stays long. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And the left foot steps forward to the hands, sit down to the seat. Feet together, again, bow to the legs. Come right up to standing, arch back. Return home. Reach up again. Go down. Right foot back. Lower the knee down, sit down to the seat. Into plank. Pay equal attention to all forms. Knees, chest, forehead down. Come forward. Love along. Embrace the benefits of each and every pose. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Then the right foot steps forward quietly. Feet together. Bow down humbly. Come up. Hands back to the heart. Imagine the body moving gracefully. And just try to make the body realize it to the best extent that you can. Left foot back. Back into high plank. Make the experience as pleasant, as beautiful as possible to the witness. Come forward into the Cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. Lower the chest towards the ground. Then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together. Bowing. Come up. Standing salute. Hands back to the heart. Bowing on. Reach the arms up over the head. Fold down gracefully. Bend the knees, chest lands on the thighs. Join the hands behind the back and pull the hands back as you reach the head forward. And then Uttanasana. Dive deeply, forehead towards the shins. Lift the seat up. Now release the hands beside your feet. Right foot back, lower the knee down. As you come up, reach the arms up. Kapayasana. Arch the back, pull the body about the hips. And come back down, step back into plank. Lower down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Come forward into the Cobra. Make as though you're doing a dance. All the transitions seamless. Right foot steps forward, back knee down. No matter what the experience, the mindset always stays calm. No changes. Left foot meets the front foot. Bow down over the legs, chest on the thighs. Again, Uttanasana. Extend first, and then go down. Come back up over, arms over the head. Return home, hands to the heart. Reach up again, stretch the whole front of the body, hips forward, come down. Bend the knees, belly on the thighs, pull the shoulders back, extend the head forward, and go deep, downwards. Release the hands, left foot back, lower the back knee down, Kapiyasana, arms up and back, make a shape of a crescent moon. And coming back into plank. Lowering down, knees, chest, forehead. Right through into the Cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the left foot forward, back knee down, sit down to the seat. Reach up and back. And then bring the hands down. Feet come together, chest on the thighs. Hands behind the back. Extend, and then lower down humbly. Release the hands, and back. Return home. Another variation. Reach the arms over the head, Hasta Uttanasana, hips forward, head back. And then bring the hands down. From here, we're going to come back into Chaturanga. You're hopping or walking. If you're floating back, lift your heels, shoulders over the fingertips, push into your hands. Just allow your toes to glide back, landing coming just above the ground. And pull through to upward facing dog if you can. If you need to, just lower your hips back down. Otherwise, raise the hips, bring your chest forward, stretch the whole front body, bring your shoulders back. Try to keep the back of the neck long and the lower back free of wrinkles as well. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Just bounce through the chest a little bit. Try to get your chest closer to the ground, belly towards the thighs. If you can bring your head to the ground so that you might be flexible enough to bring the back of the head to the ground. Stretch the back of the neck, flatten out the arms. Then lift the heels, bend the knees. You can either hop your feet forward or walk them forward. Push into your hands and land your feet lightly. Pull the body down onto the legs, Uttanasana. Come all the way to standing, reach up and back. And then Pranamasana. One more like this. Reach the arms up and back. Stretch the front of the body. Fold down. From here again, lift the chest, shoulders come over the fingertips a little bit, keep the arms strong, and then go back smoothly. Try not to land heavily into upward facing dog. Now feel as though you're howling at the moon like a dog. Try to come into reunion with that which you're representing. Be one with the form. Back into downward facing dog. Exhibit the humbleness and the loyalty of the dog with the head down. Feel like you're stretching your back, like the dog does. Now lift the heels, bend the knees, look between your hands. Bring your feet forward, hopping or walking. Pull the body down onto the legs. Come up, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Good. So take pause here. Breathe in from the heart space to the third eye. Exhale back down to the heart. Feel infused in love and in divinity. Release the arms. Good. So we're going to do some poses now. So try to Try to find steadiness in poses, and to make them even more special, make it an offering to the highest self and to all beings as a result. So we're going to start off standing on your left foot, a few different sequences. Okay, so let's try to keep nice control all throughout. You can either bring your right foot up into your tree pose with your foot pressing into the inseam, any height that you need to. If you need to bring it lower or even bring a foot, keep your toes on the ground, all good. If you want to take your lotus, bring your knee up to your shoulder and place the edge of the foot, that edge of the foot into the left hip crease. See if you can drop the knee, and if you push the foot into the thigh, you might be able to release your hands. Then bring your arms up over the head. Stretch up tall. Imagine you drawing the nutrients up from the earth. Bring them right through the body so you can offer even more through your bounty, the shade, the fruits, the oxygen. Good. From here, we're going to come down into Uttanasana, another variation. Keep your foot in your lotus, or if you need to slip it out of your lotus, you can, and just have it pressing against the thigh, and pull the body down against the leg. Bend your knee if you need to. If you can't get your fingertips on the ground, just have your chest resting on your thigh. You can, against your thigh. Now from here, push into the fingertips, come back up with control. Taking your left heel now, your right heel with your right hand, ballet pose. Try to get your fingers and toes at the same height. Good. Now if you feel strong, we're going to let go of the foot, but try not to drop the foot. So keep your muscles engaged in your leg and let go of the foot. Keep weight on your left leg as you bring the foot down, so try not to drop the foot down heavily. So let's try again on the other side. Keep watching the body moving. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch the body move with even more steadiness and ease. So whichever form you like, the conventional tree or the lotus. Keep holding onto your foot if you need to. Now tuck the tailbone, draw the belly in, and then grow your tree. Feel so you're reaching for the sun. You can gaze up. Set your sights high in every sense of the word, of the expression. Go beyond just the satisfaction of your own desires and your own needs. Do this for all beings. Then from here, make your way into Uttanasana. Hinge forward. Again, if you need to adjust the position of the foot, go ahead. If you have flexibility, I'll turn sideways so you can see. You can just bend your knee as much as you need to. Keep your chest on your thighs, or if you have the flexibility, keep your legs straight. Pull your body right against the leg. And then start to come back up. Take a half breath in. Push into your standing foot to come up. And then from here, take hold of the left heel. Come into ballet pose. Modify if you need to. You can just keep your knee up like this if this is better for you. If you can't, straighten the leg. Okay. Lean a little bit away from the raised leg. Again, if you want to engage, keep those leg muscles engaged. Let go of the foot without dropping it. Leaning towards the right a little bit so you can take the foot down. Breathe in, breathe out. So we'll try some eagle variations now. Standing on the left foot, raise the right knee up as high as you can so that when you comes over the other leg, it comes closer to the higher on the thigh. Then twist a little bit to the left, point your toes. You might be able to eventually hook your toes on the back of the leg. If you can't, just keep it there like this. Okay, and then right arm over the left. Intertwine the forearms, press the elbows forward, and sink down. Keep the gaze intense. Imagine you're an eagle. Just crouching, surveying the land, deciding where it's going to go today. Feels like your shoulder blades are wrapping around the whole body, coming forward. Use your wings. And from here, come up, and then lean forward, and then take flight. Soar through the sky. Get lots of extension. Good. And then return. Push into your left foot to come back. Do it on the other foot now. Still turn the other direction so you can see on the other, from the other perspective. Lift the left leg up. Push the legs, left leg against the right thigh. Turn to the right a little bit, hook the foot if you can. And then squeeze the forearms together. Come down lower if you can. Try to keep your shoulders back a little bit. One with the form, in the body of an eagle. And now coming up, getting ready to take flight. Hinge forward, spread your wings. Soar through the air. And return. Push into that right foot to come back. Good. All right, so now from here, we're going to come back to the back end of the mat, and we're going to step the left foot forward, back knee down, sink down through the seat. So, get nice and low, bring your hands to the seat, pull the seat down, and push the upper back, the rib cage up. Belly comes forward. Feel as though you're folding your back in half at the spine. Bring your head all the way back. Bring your arms up, Kapiyasana. Move your shoulders back and forth until your arms come perhaps behind the ears. Stretch back. Think of the shape of a crescent moon. Radiate your light. Good. Now, with a nice form here, bring the body back up. Swan Pose. So you can bring the right foot up if you can. Hook the foot into the inner arm. Fingers come close to the right ear, so when the left hand comes around, it finds the hands more easy since the hand is high. And then push the foot into the inner arm. Try to take out the sharp ankles and the elbows. Stretch out your arms. If that's too much, either stay in Kapiyasana or take your right hand to the back foot, left hand to the knee, and just clutch in, just lighten the side body. Gaze up, zone off. And from here, return, change sides. Left foot forward. Back knee down, sink down to the seat, hands to the seat, hold down on the seat, lift the heart, bring the head all the way back. Try to create a smooth skin on the back of the body, so no wrinkles in the lower back or the back of the neck. Now when you're ready, arms up for Kapiyasana. Use your arms to pull the body further by the hips. Imagine the index fingers going over the back toe eventually. Stretch the body. Feel like you're made of elastic. to your condition. Good. Coming back up. Again, Swan Pose or the modification. Slide your left hand towards the left foot, right hand on the knee. Either stay here. Curve the side body. No wrinkles in the side body, or lift the left foot up. Fingers again close to the ear so that your fingers can lock together more easily, find one another. If you can, push the foot into the arm. Try to soften the lines in the arms. Think of the graceful lines of the curve of the swan's neck. Turn your chest forward. Try not to tip to the left. Pull the right shoulder back. Turn the chest forward. And release. Pull the foot back towards the shoulder. Place the foot down. Change sides again. Left foot in front. I'll do it this way actually first. Back toes are curled under, so your legs are like a box. Nice sharp right angles. Hip is right over the right knee. Right arm up. Angle the toe and knee towards the right. Bring the right arm down all the way so the armpit is resting against the thigh, outside the thigh. Left hand pushes into right, or left fist goes into the right palm. And as you push the hands one into the other, the body lifts up. Center of the chest comes towards the thumbs, and then roll the left shoulder all the way back. Try to get your chest to face up. If you want, you can bring your left arm around the body, around the back. Join your hands against the body. And then, if you can, you hold the wrist, left wrist with your right hand. Tug on the arm a little bit so the left shoulder goes back more. If you can, take your right knee up off the mat. Inhale, keep lengthening, draw the left hip back, head forward, exhale. Feel as though you're trying to lie on your back. Hold the poses longer to make progress to strengthen the body. And strengthen your resolve as well. So from here, release, bring the right foot down, right knee down. Come back into Easy Warrior 2. From here, take the hands behind the back. Join the hands. Inhale, lift the chest, bring the head back. Exhale, dive forward. Try to sink the chest down towards the ground. Maybe the forehead can come down to the ground. The arms come over the head. If you feel stronger, you can press into the toes of the back foot, lift the back knee, the hips above the height of the knee. And then again, go down. Humble warrior, the full version. Keep lengthening the back, the spine, bring the head further forward. And release the hands back down onto the back, bring them hand in front on the left side of the foot. And then rock back and forth, pushing off the toes. From here, lower the back, push back through the right heel, lower the knee down, flatten out the toe. If your shoulder's about the height of the knee, roll to the right, get the right forearm down, perhaps roll back to the left. Perhaps the left forearm comes down. Now keep on telescoping the chest forward. Exhale, keep sinking down to the hips and the lower body. Eventually, maybe the chest will come down. If your chest is right down on the ground, left arm can come to the outside of the foot. All the variations, go ahead. If you want to reach the left arm around and snake it underneath the knee, and in between your thigh and your body, join your hands over the back. That's a nice option. Left shoulder is close to the left foot. Be still like a lizard. Try not to blink like the lizard too. And release. Come back onto the hands. Push your hips back, left hip back, and change sides. I'll do it. So the right foot comes up in front, back knee down. Left arm up, Parivrtta Parsvakonasana, angle. Toe and the knee towards the right. Anchor the right leg in place with the left arm. Again, take your positions with your hands. This way with your Anjali Mudra or your right fist in your left hand. Pull the right shoulder back, reach the head forward. Turn your chest up. Left shoulder, right shoulder goes all the way back. Perhaps take a bind. Move hips back, so your elbow come into space underneath the knee, so you can slip your arm a little bit more easily through. Once you have the steadiness, bend the toes under on that left foot, raise the knee up off the ground if you like. Continue to tug on the left right arm. Try to get your right shoulder all the way back. Have the determination to stay in a pose. And release. Back knee comes down. From here, back into Easy Warrior 2. Shoulders down. Join hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest, bring the head back. And then from here, come forward. Lead with the heart. Maybe the head, top of the head comes down. This is pretty easy for you. Bend the toes under. Lift the left knee. Do the full pose. Express humbleness and surrender in this pose. Expect nothing. Let go of all expectations. Just do your best. Bring your hands back down to the back. Inhale, lift the head. Bring your hands down. And again. Go back and forth, pushing off the toes, trying to get your hips to sync with each pass. And then once the hips are as low as they'll get, press the left heel back more, lower the knee, relax the toes. And see if you can come down onto your left forearm, maybe the right as well. Make sure the knee stays close to the shoulder, move the right foot out a little bit further if you need to. And if you want, take your chest on the ground if your hips are right down. Keep on trying to find yourself in the body, whatever you're representing. You can also take your different expressions of the pose. Cultivate your imagination to keep finding different forms, different experiences. Right foot close to the right shoulder can maybe come together. And then release. Come back onto the hands. From here, we're going to step back with your knees together. Lower your chest down. Into Cobra, back into downward facing dog. Vasisthasana. Bring the left hand more in front of the nose and walk it towards the right, spin towards the long edge of the mat, and turn. Try to keep your hips up. Stay here, modify by bringing your left knee down or come onto your forearm if it's your wrist that's bothering you, or go further. And slide your right toes back, push into your hips, and make sure you don't collapse into your shoulder. Keep the arm fully extended. You've got the left foot flat on the ground, keep moving in closer if you need to. Bring the right knee up. If you have the flexibility, take hold of the foot. you want, you can open it up a little. Bring the foot out to the right. This looks a lot like ballet pose that we did earlier. Find the similarity in the forms. We're all the same. More like than we think. We come back down, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. Go to the other side now. Just this way again, another orientation. Right hand more to the middle mat from the nose, turn to the left. Now take your forearms as you like, press your hips forward, try not to drop your hips so the body will feel heavy. You won't be able to hold it as long. Slide your left toes back, scoot your right foot in a little bit more, base the big toe on the ground. Keep moving your hips towards the foot and up. Take the left knee up or take the foot. Maybe bring it up to the side if you have the sameness. Maybe more weight towards the right. And release. Keep strong through the right hand and the right foot. Keep the hips high to return to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. And now we're going to bring the left leg up. Let's go into downward facing scorpion. Pull heel in towards the seat. Pull the knee up towards the sky. Open up the hip. Look underneath the left arm. Imagine you have a weight attached to your left big toe. It's pulling you towards the right. And then come back. Extend the leg again. And then come into pigeon. Pull the leg forward, knee comes to the left wrist. And then back. The right leg comes back. Inhale, sit upright. Hips by the hands by 3 inches by the hips. Inhale, lift through the chest, bring the head back. You have a few options here. So those who are more advanced can do king pigeon or maybe even swan. If modification is just keep your hands on hips or on the floor or on your seat. Concentrate on lifting the rib basket up, away from the hips, allow the head to drop back. If you're more flexible, you can bring the right foot up. You can get close to the shoulder. You can take your swan again, fingers by the ears. And then take this form of the pose, or if you know the Rajakapatasana, you can do that as well. So pull the foot back, arms straight, and then elbow back, and then just turn the elbow up towards the sky. So always follow the natural movement of the shoulder. Don't torque your shoulder in a weird way. And then bring your head back, and your foot might land on the head. Bring your other hand up to meet. Take a strap if you like. Release the pose. Engage legs so the foot comes down softly. Now from here, lean a little bit towards the left. Bring the left foot out a little bit more. So the leg is a little bit more than 90 degrees. And from here, take your left shoulder close to the left knee, push the right hand into the right foot, and bring your chest down onto your shin. More flexible, you can bring your shoulder down against the foot, and your left arm extends forward. Good, pull the left hip back a little bit. Inhale, come back up. Just turn around this way so you can see a little bit better. So move your left hand back towards just beside your left hip, and move if you can. So you have to turn quite a bit. You might need to move your foot forward a little bit, And then from here, see if you can place your right elbow against just on the outside of the left knee. And then push into your left hand. Your left hand is maybe about 8 to 12 inches away from the hip. Push into your left hand and pull the left shoulder back. Look over your left shoulder. And you're trying to see if you can get your left shoulder come back over the right, or more towards the sky. Great. So if you twist here, come onto fingertips if you like to give you a little bit more power to inhale. Stretch the body up out of hips. Exhale, roll the left shoulder back. Move again according to your condition. And then break the pose. Slowly walk your way back to the front. Press into your hands, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Raise the right leg up. Open up the hip. And then bend the knee. Bring the toes down facing scorpion. Look underneath the left shoulder. Pull the left shoulder. Look underneath the right arm. Pull the left shoulder under a little bit more. Again, feel as though you're trying to drop the right toe, big toe right to the ground on the other side of the body. And then keep your left hip up. Raise your right leg up and back behind. And then come into your pigeon. The foot in front of the left hip and the knee close to the right hand. Again, come upright. Inhale, lift through the chest. Bring the head back. And take your different options of the pose. You can keep your hands on the floor beside the hips. Bring your hands on the seat. And just concentrate lifting your rib basket up. Bring the head up and back. Or your swan or your king pigeon. Again, if you're taking king pigeon, lean back a little bit. Your thumb comes to the base of the toes. Just on the base of the toes, your other fingers around the toes. Bring the elbow back. So you can stabilize the shoulder with the right hand and bring the elbow out to the side and back. And just keep turning it up. Eventually, maybe the foot will come onto the head, and you can take your other hand up to the head with the foot as well. Elbows together. Try to take all the wrinkles out of the side body. And then release. Engage the legs so you can let it down slowly. Now from here, sit a little bit more on the right hip. Move the right leg out a little bit further, so it's more than a 90-degree angle. And from here, left hand pushes into your left shoulder foot, right shoulder by the right knee, and bring your chest down onto your shin. And if you want to, you can push your shoulder, left shoulder against the sole of the foot. Reach the right arm out. Try to roll the left thigh. So the left hip, outer hip comes up. Just try to press it down a little bit more. Pull the right hip back. Surrender to the pose, exhibit humbleness. And coming back, again, I'll do this way. From here, take your right hand back, just with alongside the same line as the hip, move it out about 8 to 12 inches, and keep turning, push into your left hand so you can get your left elbow down on the outside of the knee. Push into your right hand, the heel of your palm, and pull the right shoulder back, look over the right shoulder. Keep keep your right side of the seat grounded. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn a little bit more to the right. Look over your right shoulder. And then break the pose. Walk your hands back in front. Press into your hands. Back into high plank. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Lower the knees down. Come into child's pose for a moment. Rest. Let go of all efforts, all fatigue. Recharge the body. Okay, now coming up. We're going to try headstand now, Shavasana. So if you already know what you're doing, go ahead into the pose. If you want some modifications, if you don't feel comfortable with your feet leaving the ground, you can stay in hare pose. Bring the forehead right close to the knees, arms beside your body, and then lift your seat. If you feel comfortable enough to do so, you try to get your hips higher so you roll more on the back of the head. Not just stay on the top of the head. So again, according to your comfort level, don't go to a place of pain or anxiety. It's not what you want to offer up. If you feel more comfortable with coming into trying the inversion, they call the opposite elbows. Place about the right distance, interlace your fingers, the head between the palms. So your hands are forming a helmet for the head. Lift the feet, walk your feet towards your elbows as far as it will go. And then just press into the forearms and lift the heels as much as you can so you feel your hips coming over your shoulders and your elbows. At some point, you may be able to raise one leg up, bring it all the way back behind you. Flex the foot, keep it close to the seat. Don't extend the leg. Keep your body compact. And then from here, keep pushing to your arms and just pull the toes. Flex your toes and the toes come away from the ground. And keep on pushing through the back foot so eventually your hips will come. A little bit more of your shoulders. Very slowly and carefully. You come more into, your feet come up a little bit more level with one another, the same height. Okay. Good. Find the steadiness wherever you are, hold the pose, and concentrate on the space between your eyebrows. More advanced. If you feel comfortable, you have a lotus, go ahead into your lotus. Remain still. Come to the Soham consciousness. I am you, you are me. I am that I am. So, keep on having that resonate through you the whole time. If you feel comfortable here, you can see, keep your core engaged, keep your knees back, your hips back, so you can lift your head up off the ground. You can either just press into the arms and just come up straight, your head up, or if it's easier, you split your legs again. Keep the feet close to the body, and then you move your head forward, you tilt your head forward, and so you're coming forward into Cobra. So you bring your chin forward, and you crown the head forward. Keep pushing into the arms, gaze beyond your fingers. Bring your head back down, and then come out of the pose gently. Back into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. Good. Now roll your way up. So we're going to find our way onto our back now. Shavasana. Shoulders stand. If you have long neck and shoulder issues, you can maybe do bridge. Okay, so this is a modification. This has roughly the same form because your chest is close to the chin. And you bring your feet in towards the seat, lift the hips, and then tuck your shoulders under one at a time. You can join your hands underneath your back and press your chest towards your chin. Use your hands to tilt the hips forward a little bit so that there's not as much compression in the lower back. Try to get your backs, your knees in line with your heels. If that's still too much, you can just keep your seat on the hands and just keep your legs up. Now, if you want to do shoulder stand, if you know how to enter it from bridge pose, you can. So if you're in bridge already, you take your hands to your seat, elbows underneath the body, fingers facing towards the backs and knees. Lift one knee up towards the chest, extend the leg so it goes over, beyond your head, behind your head. Keep pushing into your seat, your other leg comes up, and then keep pushing into your hips until you find a straight line. Otherwise, come from the ground and come up as you normally would. Again here, if you want to take your lotus, if you have a lotus, use your hands if you need to. Try to get your knees higher than the hips if you have your lotus. You can take your hands to your thighs, whether your legs are straight or lotus, you can do that as well. Now again, fix your attention on the space between the eyebrows, find absolute stillness. The stiller the body, the quieter the mind has a chance, the more the mind has a chance to quiet down. Coming into your Uttanasana, if you have a lotus, if you can wrap your arms around the legs, join your hands below the feet. If you have your legs straight, feet behind your head. For cloud pose, Shavasana, your feet touch the ground, you take your arms to the ground behind your back. If you want to go deeper with them, thighs against the body, knees against the ears. Withdraw from your senses. Close your eyes. Nothing to do, nowhere to go but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and emotions. From here, let's make our way into bridge pose. So if you know how to get into bridge from here, go ahead, land softly. So the hands are on the back, one foot at a time. You would come down. So press your hands into the seat. Keep one leg back over the head as you bring the other foot down to the ground. Land it lightly. So don't come down heavily. Keep pressing your hands into your hips so your other foot can come down. Otherwise, you just come down a normal way and make your way into bridge. Alright, from here we're going to try couch pose. So walk forward. You can watch first, walk forward on your shoulders and the elbows, waddle forward until you can reach your heels. And then slide, push your heels against one another, push into the elbows, so you can lift your chest and your head up off the ground, and then your knees will come down. And then you bring the top of the head down on the ground, the seat is on the heels. If you want, you can bring your forearms over your head and hold them over your head. If that's too much, do your regular fish. So your legs are extended in front, your hands are underneath the seat. lift through the chest and bring the head back. Come on the top of the head. Now wherever you are, breathe very fast through the nose. And stop the fast breathing. If you're in couch pose, you might be able to push up into Urdhva Dhanurasana right from here. So take your hands beside your head, fingers facing towards the feet. Take a half breath in and lift up. Otherwise, slide your feet towards the feet, and then bring your hands, fingertips facing away. And then from here, slide your head back. Lift your hips, slide your head back, and then you can keep your feet on the ground or half breath in and raise your head up. Now where you are, just stay still and strong. Hold the poses. You make progress more rapidly. If this is too much, stay in bridge. If you're more flexible, you can try different things, or more advanced, different things. You can try eventually for wheel, where you walk your hands towards your feet and fork your thumb and your index finger against the heel. Eventually you might be able to take your hand around the ankles. This is very deep, so be mindful of your shoulders. Know your limitations. Hold a little bit longer if you can. Fierce determination. And then come back out. Walk your hands back out if you need to first, and pull it down. Good. Lie on your back for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax. From here, we're going to come into ankle grasping pose. If you need to, you can slide your left foot in, closer to the seat, foot flat on the ground, raise the right leg up. Take hold of the ankle and just bring the knee onto the shoulder. And then tug on the foot, try to bring it closer to the head. If you're more flexible, you can slide your left foot back out. If you're quite flexible, you see if you can bring your foot down just alongside the right shoulder, so the foot comes a little bit behind your head, your leg is straight. Eventually bring the instep of the foot on the ground. And from here, bring the leg into half happy baby pose. You rebend the leg, the heels over the knee. And just allow the knee to slip to the outside of the body, just underneath the arm. If you can bring your right shoulder in front of the knee and push against the knee. Try to get your knee higher up. Eventually work toward getting your leg behind the head. So if you're working that variation, you lift your shoulders up, slide your left foot in if you need to. And then you pull the foot towards the left, bring your shoulders up, your chin into the chest. Eventually your leg will go behind the head, and then you can extend your left leg. And if you want, bring your hands to the heart. If this is just not achievable, you can just take your foot out to the right as well. Again, another expression, another orientation for ballet pose. And picture yourself in a tap into the consciousness of the guru, the teacher, of that in any given form. That is your teacher, whether it's a dog or it's a warrior, and just allow it to whisper its secrets to you. Then release. Try it on the other foot. bring the left leg up, knee on the shoulder to start, take hold of the ankle and just pull the foot towards the head. Bring your attention to those areas that feel tight that you want to find release. Your attention is like a magnet will draw the vital force there, the prana. If you're quite flexible again, take your foot down towards the ground, the side, and a little bit behind the head. Keep extending the right leg forward. Try to get the right leg flat, back the right leg flat on the ground. Half happy baby pose. Bring the heel back over the knee. And then bring the knee out to the side. Rest the thigh on the ground if you can. And you need to take your foot out to the side. Left shoulder in front of the left knee. Again, push the shoulder into the back of the knee. Try to get the knee up higher towards the ear. And then when you lift your head up, you pull the foot towards the right, it may come behind your head a little bit more easily. Then you can move the right foot in and get throughout that if you needed to. And extend the legs. If you know the full pose, cross both feet behind your head and go into sleeping yogi. So that's when you have to get both shoulders in behind and in front of the knees. Cross the feet and then pull on the ankles, lay back, slip your feet behind your head. And then you might want to eventually wrap your arms around and join hands underneath. If you manage to achieve this, see if you can push your toes towards the ground, then back into the feet. Okay. So, make sure you can still breathe. Release the legs. Come back down, rest in Shavasana for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out and imagine you're fainting. And then get ready to come to seated position. Arms up over the head and sit up. Any which way you like, roll on the side if it's easier, or come right to seated. Go from here. Let's do Uttanasana. Feet, soles of the feet together, knees falling out to the side, long base. Reach the arms over the head, hands in Kali Mudra. Come forward. And then just cup your hands over the toes. Bring the forehead to the feet, forehead towards the feet, and then just, you can maybe bring your forehead down to the ground just inside the heels. Now shoulder blades fall away from one another. Make the line. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Curl the tail under. Imagine the spine growing longer, and then this will manifest in your actions. Exhale, just fall. Deep space across the upper back. Here, last pose, working on forearm balance. So you want to have your elbows a little bit closer to the shoulders, cross the thumbs, spread your fingers so the baby finger is roughly at the same width as the elbow, the outside of the elbow. Okay, you can do this in front of the wall if you need to. So imagine the wall's back behind me. I'll place one foot on the wall. And then eventually just try to just pull your toes away from the wall. Okay, so one leg is back behind you. You're doing from the ground, of course. Just try and get your feet closer to the elbows, like we did in the headstand. Just see if you can use your left foot behind you to push into the foot to get eventually up. Get the push into the forearms, lift the shoulders up. If your elbows are too wide, they just keep slipping out and then you just lose the forearm eventually. So just keep your elbows, hug it, push down into the forearms, into the ground. Okay, gaze a little bit forward. Find a balance or just practice just coming up off your heel. Try a little bit longer. If you know other expressions of the pose, go ahead. Perhaps scorpion. Bring your legs over the head. Try to bring your toes as far forward as possible. Push one foot into the other. Bring your head forward. Eventually your feet might come to the head. Calm down now. Relax. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften everything. Roll your way up. Twist. Just bring both knees in front. Feet together. This way actually is easy. Right hand behind the back, just in the center of the back. Left hand pressing to the side. So just try to pull your belly out of the way of the legs. Your knees are moving beyond the left edge of the body. Push the lower back up and in. Exhale, turn to the right. Quite flexible, you have long arms. You can tilt the knees forward a little bit towards the right. Push the left shoulder, back shoulder against the legs. Slip your left arm underneath. You might be able to eventually take your bind. Watch your shoulders here as well. Take a strap if you need to. And again, try to take the fold out of the side body. Return, go to the other side. Right arm up. If your hand is behind the back, keep it right against the seat, so don't lean back. Keep your back nice and straight. Elbow to the left side, left. Turn to the left. You're taking the binds. You can see it from behind here. Really push the knees forward, the shoulder forward. Your hand is with the seat until your other hand finds its way there. Be careful of your shoulders again. Lift the chest and go back. Remember, your body is a vehicle with which you can carry out your missions. So you want to make sure that the body stays in good condition. So you can offer even more. And release. So just sit tall and straight for a moment in either Sukhasana, or you can bring your feet and yourself into a position that's comfortable. Sit tall and straight. Good. So we're going to do Nadi Shodhana for a little bit. Alternate nostril breathing with no breath retention. So you're breathing in through the left. Just pause, close both sides of nostrils. Exhale through the right. Inhale back through the right. Again, pause, close both sides of the nose. Exhale through the left. As you're doing this, you're imagining, you're visualizing the movement of the breath. Inhale down into the lungs, down into the body. Exhale back up. Visualize that movement of the breath. And this in itself is an exercise of concentration and meditation, when we can do it without breaking the concentration for an extended period. But we'll just have a taste of it now. Left hand in Yana Mudra, second finger and the thumb connected, ugly finger straight on the left knee. And then the other hand, second and third fingers fold down. Turn the palm towards you, and this becomes a pranayama, the mudra used for pranayama. The right thumb for the right nostril, the right ring finger for the left nostril. Sitting up tall now. Breathe in from both nostrils, exhale empty the lungs. Then close off the right nostril with the right thumb, inhale through the left, down. Bring the right ring finger to the left nostril, open to the right, exhale. Visualize the breath moving back up. Inhale down through the right. Close the nostrils, open the left side, exhale. Back up. Inhale left, down. Close both nostrils, open the right, exhale. Back up. Inhale right, down. Imagine pushing down into the body. Close both sides, exhale, feel it lightly coming back up like hot air balloon. Inhale left, down. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Keep going by yourself for a little while. Keep visualizing the movement of the breath through the body, up and down the spine. Cultivate your imagination. The back straight. And tall. Conclude next time you breathe out of your left nostril. And once you're done, lie on the back for Shavasana. Make your way down slowly, gently. And once you're in position for Shavasana, try to remain absolutely still. Shavasana is the best, a very efficient way to remove impurities from the body. And the more we surrender to relaxation, the more we open ourselves up to receiving all the benefits of the practice. They come as a result of offering up our own efforts and love. So now receive it all with gratitude. Just take the attention now to the hands and just feel them just go limp. The fingers, backs of the hands, the palms of the hands soft, no tension, wrists loose, flimsy. Then make your way up through the arms now. From the wrists to the shoulders, feel as though all the muscles in the arms just became like jello. Arms are listless and loose. Muscles and skin just hanging off the bones. Shoulders heavy, keeping the arms anchored down. And then just allow the heaviness now at the top of the shoulder, at the top of the back. Just move down the back, feeling the shoulder blades infused with that heaviness. Feeling the back start to sink into the ground, sagging from its own weight. Moving way further down into the lower back, where the natural curves in the back just melt into the earth, soft earth below. Feeling that area just sink heavily as well. And as a result, it just moves into the seat. Pelvis is heavy. So we're made, all the bones here were made of lead. And the seat becomes extremely heavy as well, like an anchor. Now moving down the legs. Feeling as though the legs too becoming extremely heavy. So you relax all the muscles in the upper leg and the lower leg. Feel as though they became like jello, completely useless. Legs just melt and just sink into the ground. Impossible to move them, they become so heavy. And the feet. Remove all tension from the feet. Front of the feet, the bottom of the feet, and the heels soft, no tension. The toes also becoming very limp, drooping. The feet just fall out to the sides. Dead-like. The whole outer body just this heavy as a corpse, still as a corpse. Now the inside of the body, the organs also slowing down. Lungs left and right, so they're filled with cement, heavy, weighing the body down. The heart as well, becoming so sluggish you can barely function. And same with all the rest of the organs within. The liver, kidneys, stomach, intestines, diaphragm, everything. Just coming into almost a standstill state. Head. Heavy on the mat, on the ground. The face completely soft, no tension anywhere. All the features exhibiting complete calm, absence of tension or struggle or strain. Eyes are soft. The forehead is without those anxiety lines, and the mouth is soft, the jaw is relaxed. The brain too has come into its quiet state, not having to control the body anymore because the body is still lifeless. Feel as though you're the witness watching it all, the body and the mind. And the emotions are just as though frozen. Just watching it all, like the observer. So that you feel as though you're outside of it all. And feel no attachment or no sensations to the body, no judgment on what's passing through the mind, no concern of even the emotions that you see arising. As the observer, learn to become unaffected by whatever we're passing through. Everything is perfect. Every form of experience that we pass through serves to teach us a lesson, brings us a bit more knowledge. Every bit of knowledge, precious, for it helps us to eventually break the patterns that cause pain and suffering, so we don't keep on repeating them over and over again. Look upon that being that you see there, yourself, the self, which is nothing but love, acceptance, compassion. Just always just doing its best. It's the effort that is most important. Imagine that being that you see now transform into another form, whether it's someone you know, whether it's an animal, and love them equally as well. Judge them not for their actions. They're just passing. Everybody passes through the same thing eventually. Everyone making their own way towards self-realization through their own experiences. And now bring that into your mind and your heart, and attention, and non-judgment. Repeat to yourself the following sentence 3 times in your mind. I remain unjudging and unconditionally loving towards all beings. You yourself would want that for yourself, and you would want that seen with all your loved ones. You would want the utmost respect shown for all beings, because all beings ultimately are just an expression, a divine expression of God. Now prepare to keep that in your mind and heart as you prepare to come back from Shavasana. Always in a quiet, mindful, reverent way. Start to become aware of your fingers, the toes, the breath, the inner workings of the body that animate the body, the inner systems, the organs. The utmost quietness. Return to seated position. When seated, just sit tall and supreme. Just keep seeing yourself as being, just keep pretending you're the witness, watching it all and watching your own self carry out all these intentions. All actions, thoughts, and deeds governed by love, compassion. No expectations, no judgment. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so very much for coming. Have a wonderful day.